Hi everybody, how you doing today? Um, I'm sorry that my content has not been good lately because I've been sick. And I've just been discouraged. I'm not sure if I should stop. I don't know if at this point sharing my story is helpful to anybody. I'm kind of like struggling. Um, if you're interested, I can give you a quick update that last Thursday I had my appointment with my immunologist so that we can start getting to the bottom of what's going on with my health. And we did some blood work. So before we can start looking at what's going on, we have to get the blood work back. I think he wanted to mostly focus on allergies, which was kind of strange to me. I mean, I know that that is mostly what he does, but he's an immunologist also. And I was telling him about how I was recently diagnosed with chronic fatigue. And yeah, I gave him everything that I could think of that could possibly be related. And I told him I'm not making any assumptions, I don't want to be paranoid and think the worst, but I feel like my job is to try to collect whatever information might be relevant to help him do his job. So he doesn't have to spend too long trying to figure it out. So I was kind of disappointed that he wanted to focus on allergies when it's like I don't really have allergies. And but if that's what they want to do, if they think that allergies could be contributing to how I've been feeling, like I've been in bed for like 4 months. Every now and then I can do an errand, but it's hard for me to even get the energy to take a shower. It's really hard to explain because I know besides me like laying here, I sound normal and I talk normal as I'm sharing this with you, so it doesn't seem it, but it's really kind of strange because nothing prepares you for suddenly having to decide between eating and taking a shower. And it doesn't sound like a big deal, but I've been having to figure out like the right amount of food to eat, because if I eat too much, then it kind of causes like a crash thing where I either feel sick or I have to lay down and rest because now the blood went to my stomach to digest the food, which is not normally a big deal. But all of a sudden I can't do stuff. And I'm trying not to be negative. And I want to keep doing content. And I just don't know what to do. I mean, this content isn't good. But some of you have gotten to know me and want to make sure I'm okay. I just don't know if this is providing any value for anyone. And I don't want to say, like, I don't think anyone cares, because that sounds like a guilt thing. And, I mean, is this helpful? Should I just leave YouTube and come back when I'm better? I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I feel like I'm a little congested now, but maybe sharing some of the things that I have been learning, if somebody else finds themselves in this situation, might be helpful. Because it kind of sneaks up on you, and then when it happens, you're like, well, I don't understand this. And your brain tells you you're fine. So you want to just get up and go all, let me move this away from me. I can't do much. I can't think straight when I'm doing these videos. This isn't living. I don't know what to do. I feel alone because nobody really can help me. And I want to, and I do everything I can to help myself. When I am awake, if it's not too stressful, if I get stressed out, I can get myself sick. It's really annoying to suddenly have to worry about small things. And it takes up more energy. I don't want to have to make a job about figuring out how much I'm going to eat, because if I eat too much, I crash. If I don't eat enough, I'll crash. Has anybody else gone through this that I know who might be able to give me some suggestions besides just I'm doing all the things? I'm eating every couple hours. I'm making sure I have more than enough of fats, carbs, protein, calories. I'm drinking herbal tea. I'm keeping track of my water. I keep going back and forth. I feel like the most important thing that I've been learning from this whole thing is managing your energy. That's the thing that's super frustrating about if you have chronic fatigue, or if it's burnout, it's very similar. Unlike depression and other kinds of illnesses or situations, like if I've had depression, I have diagnosed depression, and I know how to manage it, and I know that it's not unusual for me in this time of year to be kind of coming out of that from the winter, and you have to push against it because for me and everybody's different if they have depression, like what their symptoms are. For me, physical exhaustion can definitely come with it, but that's not what this is. I always know, well, I do now. The last year or two working with my counselor has been trying to understand when I feel exhausted like this. When is it from depression? When is it from burnout? When is it that you're just out of shape and you need to be more active? So it doesn't seem like it's that complicated, right? And normally it wouldn't be. You start slow, and I could get my calendar or journal and I could start writing in there. Like, even if it's something small, like, hey, I walked 10 steps today. Start ridiculously small and then every day build it up. But for some reason, now that I've been going through these CFS, chronic fatigue symptoms situation, if you push against it, it can get worse. Which makes it really confusing and discouraging, because now all of my normal tools that I would use to kick my butt into gear will backfire. That's the rub. So I feel like I'm on the fence of just like, I want to just kind of like snap and just jump up and go drill sergeant and make myself exercise every single day. But then I go and do a load of dishes and I might feel sick and have to lay down. That's not normal. And that's not just being out of shape. That's something else. And it's something I don't know a lot about. But I'm learning. Is there anyone out there who has MECFS, chronic fatigue, or has struggled with neurodivergent burnout? Neurodivergent burnout is very similar. There's a thing called post-exertion malaise, which means exhaustion. So, and neurodivergent burnout is kind of similar. And that's what I've been thinking I was dealing with. And maybe it's both. I don't know. It's confusing. All I know is I don't want to sleep my life away. And I don't want to be negative, and I don't want to keep doing these sick videos. I'm sure you guys don't want to see this. I need help. I'm sad. My leave of absence is running out. And I have to go back to work. But I can't. How am I going to go back to work like this? I look normal and I look like I'm just feeling sorry for myself. That's how I feel. But I know that when I do the things that would normally, like with depression and being out of shape, you gradually push against it. If it's depression, for me, this is just what works for me. I would put on my happy light or I would sit outside where I'm exposed to sunlight because that helps stimulate serotonin and maybe dopamine and do things that make you feel good. Because with its depression and you got the chemical imbalance, you don't feel like doing it at all. That negative mindset and the chemical imbalance, like at least in my case, create physical symptoms and it's bad. But I don't have that negativity. I mean, I'm discouraged and depressed that I'm in the situation, but it's not the same at all. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything I haven't tried. I'm trying to control my controllables. I just feel like this is no way to live, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if it's a Scorpio thing, like I can't not be in control. There's got to be something I can do to fix it, so it doesn't sit well with me. So if you can't just jump up and start exercising because you make yourself more sick, there's really no other way I'm going to be able to tell when I'm well enough to start doing that is if I start doing it again and see what happens. I really don't know what else to do. I just had like early lunch and it was upsetting my stomach and started to feel like I was going to crash, so I had to lay down. And I feel like nobody's going to believe me. Not here, because, you know, people are, they're not. It has nothing to do with you, whether you're going through something or not. I think it's just, I'm a Gen Xer, and just like how I was brought up. It's nothing against my parents. I love my parents very much. I'm very grateful for everything they've done for me. But yeah, I don't know if it's because they both grew up in big families that they always defaulted to, you're a kid, you must be fibbing. So I always feel like people won't believe me just because. And I was neurodivergent as a kid, so I didn't make things up. Because they couldn't. I swear my parents knew everything. They didn't need a camera in the house. They just knew. They had like some kind of psychic thing. I don't know. I didn't get to be the kid to get away with things, to get into trouble, to get into mischief. And even if I did, it wouldn't have been fun because I would have been by myself doing it. Oh, man. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a better week than me. Shoot me a comment. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I don't know what else to do. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and I'm fed up. But my normal tools and things that I would do to kick its butt when I'm not well either aren't working or are things that would backfire. I'm wondering if I can reverse. See, if I use reverse psychology, that only works to a point. That only works if something's in your head and it's not real. And I am working with doctors. It's not in my head. And I'm a former nursing student. Feeling sorry for myself is not in my best interest, nor would I want to do that. I mean, what would that do for me? You know, nothing. All it does is isolate you. There's nothing good that comes out of that. I'm not interested in that. I would like to do, maybe I should focus on when I am feeling better. Like, what kind of content would you guys like to see when I am feeling better? Maybe if I focus on the things that I can do someday. I want to do art. I want to do stained glass. It's so hard to be positive when you feel in control of so little. And you have guilt. Even if it's not your fault, being sick, not being able to contribute, knowing there are people who that love you and are exhausted because they're having to support people around them, including you. It's not fair. You don't grow up from when you were young wanting to grow up to be ill or neurodivergent or, not. I mean, there's things I love about me being different and the gifts that come with my particular ADHD and personality and my brain. Being sick's no fun. Nobody likes it. But when the whole suck it up and just do it actually makes you sicker, that kind of sucks because now I have to just accept it and give up and just stay sick. I mean, has anybody had chronic fatigue? When does this get better? Give me something positive. Is there anyone out there who has something positive? Oh man, I'm just super discouraged this week. I could really use some encouragement. I'm tired of feeling like this. It's just taken such a toll on me and my life and my relationship, and I want to be there for my mom and I can't. I want to save for my future or do fun things and I can't. I want to buy clothes and I can't. I can't go to the grocery store. Well, I got outside yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I put on this cuddle wrap thing and I went outside and I sat. It was chilly. It might have been the day before. It was too cold for me to take my socks off. I'm not going to make myself sicker. It was still in like the 40s or 50s. Maybe it was 2 days ago. I don't know. And it was too cold for me to go barefoot. But I had socks on and I kind of grounded and I touched grass and I breathed in the fresh air. There's only so many video games you can play and videos you can watch and naps you can take and movies you can watch if you can even get through one. Actually, you know what? That's a positive thing because a couple weeks ago I couldn't even get through 10 minutes of a show before I'd have to go lay down. And I think it took me multiple days to get through one show. It actually was so frustrating. I was starting to get into the show, but I couldn't even like watch an episode and I had to stop. So I was able to sit at the couch yesterday longer. And kind of watch part of a movie. I'm depressed. Does anybody else struggle with this? Please be kind if somebody's new to the channel. And just know that it's not in my head. I'm not making it up and I'm not looking for attention. It's just I actually have diagnosed chronic fatigue. And if somebody actually has it, it's a metabolic thing. And just forcing yourself to exercise and do things can make it worse. And it's not good. So that's a catch-22 situation. Things I would love to do. I would love to get creative and get out a sewing machine and make some cute summer tops. Wouldn't that be fun? I could teach you guys how to sew a simple summer top. I have a serger. I could relearn how to use it. Some like cover up dresses for when you get out of the water if you go swimming, if you go to the beach. The swans are back out. I heard the daddy swan like go around flapping his wings, trying to intimidate some of the other birds. He's very territorial. He gets very upset at any other large birds, like not just other swans, but the Canadian geese. He's very protective. So he and his significant other, and from what I understand, unless there's a reason that they can't keep having clutches of babies, they stay together year after year, like a married couple, which is very sweet. So we call dad and mom, the swans. And other swans try to come in, and he chases them away. That's like his area. And they used to have, I think they would have their nest closer to near where I live, because we would see them more recently, and I think they're a little bit farther away now, because sometimes I'll see him patrolling by himself. But his wife and his babies aren't here yet. We suspect that they're a little bit further away, and they're going to eventually show up. This is the time of year that they're probably being born. So hopefully, if I'm well enough, as soon as the babies start coming by, I can film them and show you baby swans and how cute they are as a family. You just can't get too close, because he gets really bad. And he's a wild animal, and that's his right, because, they have to protect their wild. They have to do what they can to protect themselves. I'm rambling. I love you guys. Just kind of discouraged this week, and I might talk about my doctor appointment more another time, because I was a little discouraged. I was getting the feeling like, not that he didn't disbelieve in chronic fatigue, but that he said that the Epstein-Barr virus and other viruses connected to it is controversial, and he doesn't do controversial. So it was like, okay. So it's an opportunity for me to go back and double check the knowledge things that I've been learning. I mean, I haven't had the energy to actually fact check everything yet and check what the latest information is. So he could be right. I mean, he's the doctor, I'm not. I shouldn't be questioning him. But yeah, he wants to test me for allergies first, which I found a little disconcerting, but that's what he does. And whatever I need to do, I don't care. I just want to feel better. Counseling, I'll do it. You think it's in my head? Fine. I'm already in counseling. I'll do that. It's a physical thing. You want to take my blood? Do that. You want to test me for anything? I don't care. Just help me so I can find out what it is and fix it and be normal again. So I don't have to think about this ever again. How do you guys, any of you who struggle with something like this, are there any of you that watch me that have something like chronic fatigue and that have the actual chronic fatigue illness? Myalgic encephalomyelitis / chronic fatigue syndrome. Do any of you guys have this or know anyone who has this? And what was helpful for you? I mean, there's got to be more that I can do besides eating the right foods, resting too freaking much, and waiting it out, and getting some sunlight. This is for the birds. I mean, should I just stop making content and go away? I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't know how I'm going to go back to work. I don't think I can. I'm embarrassed. I don't even know what to say to my boss. I was hoping that I would have some kind of answers. So from my appointment, what the doctor was saying is they're going to first test my blood for antibodies to see if I have a normal amount of antibodies. Then what's very strange is that he kept thinking I have pneumonia. See, listen to this. I have a little congestion, but I don't have pneumonia. I had pneumonia like years ago and I got antibiotics and I got over it. And it was from like a flu that I had and it was like a secondary infection, but I don't have pneumonia. I don't know. Maybe he knows something I don't. But so what they're going to do is they're going to check my antibodies to make sure my immune system looks normal. And I can't remember if it's not normal looking, if they're low or whatever, if they're not right, then they'll know something. And then if it is normal, I think they're going to give me a pneumonia shot. I'm like, okay, whatever. They're going to give me a vaccine for pneumonia. I'm not really sure why, but apparently, and I'm not going to say anything like good or bad about this. I'm not sharing any information about the particular places I go or anything like that. So I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just sharing what's going on with me. And so apparently if they're going to check my antibodies, if they're normal, then I'm going to have a pneumonia vaccine. Then they're going to check my antibodies after the pneumonia vaccine to see if they react normally. And I said, okay. So I clarified and asked him, I said, okay, so what you're telling me is it's kind of like using it as a test to see if my immune system responds. I said, so basically, if my immune system responds to that, it's not so much about testing me to see if my body recognizes pneumonia per se, as just to make sure that if it's functioning normally towards the pneumonia vaccine, it's just like a clue. It's just like, let's put a vaccine in and see what your immune system does. So it wouldn't for what he's trying to see, if my immune system's functioning properly, it probably wouldn't matter if it's a flu vaccine, which I already had my flu vaccine this past fall before I got sick. Yeah. I had it in just before I got sick, actually. I had both that and the COVID. And I do not connect these to those things at all, because I've had flu shots and I've had COVID shots and they've not made me sick like this. And this is something that I've struggled with on and off for years, I think, and just didn't know what it was. I talked to a friend of mine for the first time in months the other day and told her how they can't really give me any answers. I mean, they've given me EKGs in the past. They've even done a sleep study, and it was fine. But some of these illnesses are illnesses of, like, I don't think I have lupus, but I have a family member with lupus. And some of these illnesses are, to get a diagnosis, you have to rule other things out first. So hopefully maybe these are just steps I have to go through to get more answers. I'm sorry this video is so long. I feel like I can't even think straight. All I want to do is take a shower and feel normal and put on something nice, and nothing fits me. It's very strange. I'm gaining weight, which is good. So maybe I'm not as in a severe burnout as in the beginning, because in the beginning, it didn't matter how much I ate. I was just like burning through all of it. Like, I was not in a good place at all. Like, just resting. Like, I increased my calories to over like 2,500 calories. 4 to 5 meals a day. Each meal, the goal is, this is just the goal I came up with for myself. 30 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat. I can teach you how to do that sometime soon. You can look up and talk to your doctor. Don't do this on your own. I know I always say that, but I just think it's just a good practice just in case, because you might make a choice and not know something that your doctor does. So, well, I hope you guys are doing well and do something fun. Tell me about it. Maybe I can live vicariously through you. Oh man. There's so many things I would love to do. I miss customers I used to talk to. I miss work. This is where I'm at. This is just where I'm at this week. I don't think anyone's ever going to watch this. I don't know. But I do care about you guys, and I hope you're doing well. Because I know that a lot of you guys won't necessarily respond back, but then I'll hear later, either a week or so later, in a different video or in a different community post. And I don't hear as often because you guys all have your own, you're all struggling too, you know? And then you'll let me know. So the audience that I have, I can tell when I watch the analytics that it's not a lot lately, and that makes sense. I mean, it's not happy, positive content like it was before. I'm actually sick, and I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing to get better. It's depressing. I'm open. So if you guys think I should leave YouTube for a while until I get better, if you think that's a better thing, because I don't know if this content is helpful. I don't know what to do. But I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. Do something kind for yourself. Do something kind for you. Enjoy the sunshine as the weather gets nicer. When it gets nice enough to have an ice cream, go have a nice ice cream sundae or whatever your favorite meal is. If you live near the water, go sit by the beach and listen to the ocean waves and the breeze. Maybe watch some seagulls. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. But yeah, comment and let me know anything. Just be kind to each other and me. I love you. Bye.